For this particular case, what had happened, it is so familiar that this guy was taken in the day before for criminal intimidation, and the police released him the next day. And instead of, because there's a domestic violence restraining order, that the police are able to advise the survivor and also are able to give it to help her get it, a domestic violence restraining order, but which is none of their business. The police told the woman, to the men, to go home and stay in the same house but share separate bedrooms, but be in separate bedrooms, don't share the bedroom. I mean, if you know about domestic violence, it's so dangerous for them to be together. He needs to be put away. And we have had many cases over the years where women have been harmed because the police did not keep the man in custody or let the woman know that he had been released. We had a case in Lambasa a couple of years ago. The same thing. When women go and report, they say he hasn't done anything yet, that her life is in danger, he hasn't done anything yet. We had a police officer, and we've got many complaints against police. And Senganga in Lambasa that happened. One happened, and she was hurt. One woman was maimed. The police released this guy because they did not have enough room on a Sunday night over the weekend to put people in the cells. So domestic violence is the least serious, so let him go. He went and chopped her leg up and so on. That woman is limping now. She went to work. She was not told that he had been let go. So there are many, many cases where we put the blame on the head of the police. The triviality, how trivially they treat violence against women. One of the things is also that there are perpetrators themselves within there. We have got police wives who are coming here who are being pressured not to report. So all this thing about no drop policy and so on within the police force and for people outside of the police force, that is all rubbish. None of those things exist anymore. There is a no drop policy. If you go into the police stations now, you ask the new recruits, they've never heard of it, what the no drop policy is. So, the acting commissioner should stop, all the pomp and ceremony, the medal giving and so on when they're treating women and girls and children so badly. And these are only the cases that come to us. For example, one case that we're looking at is how they treat women. A woman goes to report, the husband is there, and he yells out, "Tau, o kango melei lo mokubina kana long," and things like that. That she needs to be treated, do whatever, beat her up properly in the bed or something like that. Do that. So those kind of comments in front of the survivor, in front of the perpetrator, telling the perpetrator to do that, and things like that. So we have many, many cases. The reason that we thought we should highlight this, while we all understand police officers are overworked, under-resourced, and so on, but they are there to do a duty by men and women. But we find they're really letting women, girls, and children down in this thing. And this particular one, we could have saved a life if they would have done what is their duty. A lot of them don't know the laws, the Domestic Violence Act, how to obtain, how to advise women to get a DVRO. The counseling should be that, but the counseling is often for her to go back to her husband and things like that. So they also, in some cases, they start praying with her that she should go back to her husband, be a good wife, and so on. That's why women do not report. Some women are reporting that they don't report domestic violence because the husbands are drug pushers and they take drugs with the police, allegedly. They allege that their husbands are involved in all of this, or they go and get grocery from this alleged pushers supermarket and things like that. So we have all these cases where women don't want to go and report because they feel that the police are complicit in all of this. So we need to, we're really calling upon the police. That's the law enforcement is the biggest challenge we have. Patriarchy is the challenge, patriarchy, male-dominated systems, structures, and so on that give rise to gender inequality and so on. But within that, we have the attitudes that exist throughout society, and police are part of society.